You're a real estate agent working with a family selling their home of 30 years.
Wow.
We run into that a lot, and the family desperately needs to make a good deal quickly in order to cover expensive medical bills. This is typically you're working with one or the other spouses, maybe the spouse that's not needing the attention and the care, or you're working sometimes with the kids to be able to kind of get this going. But boy, there's a lot of different ways that we can help out a family doing this sort of thing. One is
Yeah.
a pretty popular thing that you hear it a lot is guaranteeing the sale of their home. Being Andy
Yes.
and I, we both buy homes. We don't. The thing you have to remember is people aren't buying homes just to kind of help you out and pay your medical bills. They need to make money off of that. Now, how much is a different story depending on who it is, but that is one way in which to be able to get them out real quick. I've done kind of a stopgap help system where I've borrowed them the money before, just give them enough money to be able to pay their medical bills, so we have time to be able to get their property in shape. Now, if it's $100,000 or $200,000, I mean, that's not great, but we could set them up with a lender as well. And if you get enough equity and your credit's not horrible, regardless of income, we can probably get that taken care of for you.
No, it's I've done it too. Like when they were building new houses, or they have where they just can't remove the contingency, and as long as there's the math is correct for everybody, and I'm not saying you need to be piggy, but on the other hand, you're right, Chris. If you're taking a risk for them, what is your reward for them, and do they get enough reward out of it to where it's worth it for you and for them, right? So,
well, the other thing is what kind of gave me a little red flag as I was reading this was if there's a medical problem, are they treating that medical problem in the home? And if they are, that usually means medical beds, arm holders and wheelchairs and all that kind of stuff around. Now, is that needed in the home while you're listing it? Because that could really affect your value in doing that. So there's a lot of things that we'd have to kind of go through. But if you're trying to get them the most amount of money that you possibly can, I would try to somehow figure out how to cover those medical bills, get those paid within their equity, and then be able to get the house ready to be able to get the most out of it.
I agree 100%. I think that, when you get into any situation where they have a very specific need, making a plan is so important, and understanding what the true expenses are, what the true, profits or equity is for the family, so they can make decisions that are right for them and their family. Because I think a lot of times people are guessing at the equity amounts that they have. They just think, I think I've got about 100,000 in the house. I really don't know for sure. Well, as soon as you decide to say, hey, Dad, you're going to head to the nursing home, help you figure that out real fast. And so a lot of times it's smarter to make your moves before you make those decisions. So understand what you have, then plan and make the decisions appropriately, and you'll win.
Well, you hit it on the nose too. And there's some other things. What if they don't have a lot of equity and they do have a lot of medical bills, and their next step is probably some sort of assisted living or something like that?
Right.
Or maybe there's 6 to 12 months that maybe they might die within that time period. Might want to stay in the house and let them grab that equity later on, which there might not be much of it. There's some tough decisions to be made. It's our job to be able to give everyone the information so they can make an informed decision.
Amen. I think that's kind of the key, the heart of an educator, Chris, right? I think you and I have both talked about this in the past. A successful real estate agent in today's market is an educator.